Over the last few weeks, one of the strangest happenings has been the appearance of large metal monoliths, ranging between 10 and 12 feet high. The first appeared in Utah, where it remained for just over a week before disappearing as mysteriously as it had arrived. They put me in mind of Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. Although, to be honest, the way this year is going, if it turns out the aliens are trying to contact us, I think most people would just go, fuck it, okay. Although, if the aliens do arrive, disembark from their ships and demand, take us to your leader, and we take that to mean the leader of the free world, the President of the United States, we're going to have to say to them, look, you couldn't have picked a worse time. The last days of Donald Trump's presidency. Come back in a few years. I'm not saying that Biden will be much better. Although I did see on a conspiracy site the idea that Joe Biden is secretly a Nazi because he's got the same dog as Adolf Hitler. Obviously not the same dog, just the same breed, but it's ridiculous to say that anyone with a German Shepherd must be on the far right. Most police dogs are Alsatians or German Shepherds, and I can hear that as I'm saying it. All the tinfoil nutters will be saying, here, there's proof the police are all fascists. Other monoliths have appeared in Romania, Texas, the United Kingdom, and California. But in California, a group of men decided they were going to deal with it. The group, which consisted entirely of white men, all of whom seemed slightly drunk and extremely racist, decided to live stream their intervention. And on the drive to the site of the monolith, their conversation consisted of white supremacy and making America great again. But when they got there, they confronted the lump of metal, saying this: in this country, Christ is king, and we don't want illegal aliens from Mexico or outer space. With another man then running forward and shouting gay at it, because that's how you deal with inanimate objects. When I'm out walking, I often go past a large block of sandstone. In the future, I'll call it a wanker and see if I can make it cry. The white supremacy enthusiasts then toppled the monolith and replaced it with a large wooden cross, because that's something all sane people travel with. But then they received troubling information. It was possible Antifa were on their way to intercept them. Antifa, the least threatening organisation on earth, consisting mostly of hoodie-wearing, mentally backward teenagers. Even the name is daft. Antifa, meaning anti-fascist, as if most people aren't. Antifa, you'll find that many folks aren't down with the Third Reich. Nonetheless, the monolith busters sprang into action by bizarrely pretending to be soldiers. They formulated a plan. They'd call the police and tell them that Antifa knocked the monolith over, and then drove off back into obscurity. No one knows where they are now, nor do they care, provided they fucking stay there. But now it appears the mystery has been solved, because a group calling itself the world's most popular artist, so subtle and modest then, they've claimed responsibility, saying that this year has been so messed up they thought they'd try and fool people into think we've been visited by aliens. And that's fair enough. And they're now selling the monoliths for $45,000 each. That's not quite so fair. But maybe something else is going on. Because after all, those monoliths look very familiar. And as we head towards such an important date in the Christian calendar, I'm reminded of the story of a man who was sacrificed and rose again, whose initials were JC. He was dropped by the BBC and rose again on Amazon Prime. It's Jeremy Clarkson, and clearly the monolith is the lap time board from Top Gear. Now, I have no idea if it's still used on that programme, because since the trinity of Clarkson, Hammond and May left, I don't bother watching it. No one does. One last thing on what turns out is a rather pretentious art project. When it comes to mysterious and shadowy art, the group calling itself the world's most popular artist has no right to use that title, because obviously that's Banksy. Thanks for watching.